So guys, on a very hot summer day, this is heaven. You can fill it up with a lot more if you want to, but even with this, I could just chill out, relax, doesn't matter how hot it is, and even to fill it up to this point only took about 15 minutes, so I'm good with this. But when it gets too hot, now you have your cold water tub lounger with my friend here, Kiropi. It's time to relax.
Hey Guru, you want to hang out and get something to eat?
Meh. Man, the house is on fire, man. Get out! Get out! Meh. Get out of the pool! Meh.
Anyone want a beer?
So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you pretty much a fast flow through of how I built this and how I put this together. Unlike my original video for the largest swimming pool, where I showed you every single step, this one is a lot more simplistic since I was using the pieces of the larger pool to make this smaller version. And if you're thinking to yourself, it looks like he's indoors with this thing, you would be correct in that assumption that I actually built this smaller cold tub in my actual living room. Let's be honest, Mother Nature is very finicky and you never know when it might rain, it might not rain. So I figured out that this is actually big enough, or I should say small enough, where I could actually build it indoors, and then with the help of a friend, I could bring it outdoors when it's complete and when I want to use it. Oh yeah! Now when this creation is complete, and it almost is done, and ready to be brought outside, it will actually comfortably fit 4 people. Now let's put this into consideration that I'm 6'4", and it's easy for me to completely lounge back in this pool, completely flat, and you can see there's still tons of room up here. So easily 4 people can lounge in here comfortably side by side, and by vertically you could also have another 2 people, so 6 people will be able to fit in this no problem. Oh yeah! This one is small enough, and frankly, though it looks large, it's actually light enough where I could tip it over and inspect it whenever I use it and drain it, just to make sure that all the seams and glued closings are still intact. So what I'm going to do is kind of just walk you through what changes I made. Now this lounger, cold water lounger here, or cold tub, whatever you want to call it, is just under 1/4 of the size of the full-size swimming pool that I made. I took apart the full-size swimming pool because I think I explained in that video that it took about 2 hours just to fill it up 1/3. Now when you pay for your own water, that's not very advantageous, so I decided to take it apart and make a smaller version so it is more for personal use, and if friends come over there's still room for them, but I could use this for myself whenever I need it, and it will take far less water to fill. Now what you're looking at right now is the floor, and as I said, everything is pretty much exactly the same as the larger pool. I used a hard rock coating on the floor and on the walls. I made sure to use my PL Premium glue to fill up every seam, glue everything together. Again, there is absolutely no nails in this pool. As you can see here in the back, I have the drain. I took it out of the larger pool and I reinserted it here, so again we'll be able to drain out any water. So everything here is recycled from the larger pool. I didn't have to add in any additional costs. And probably the big difference you'll see on the outside here is you'll see that there's beams on the outside. Now the larger pool kept its integrity, but again I only filled it up 1/3 of the way. I didn't fill it up all the way, one because of the cost of the water, but also, you know, I have to be realistic, and the walls of the pool are only 2 corrugated pieces of cardboard thick. And I mentioned that if you really want your pool to be strong, you want it at about 4 to 5 pieces of cardboard thick. Making this cold water lounger, my cold tub, I still kept it at 2 corrugated pieces of cardboard thick, but just to make the wall stronger, I also put wood pieces on the outside as well as the inside, just to reinforce it. And the water pressure shouldn't be that strong to push anything out or cause any damage, but you know what, you want to have insurance. You spend the time making this, you want to enjoy it on a hot summer day with yourself, with your loved ones, with your friends. There's no harm in putting that extra insurance in to ensure that it keeps its strength and integrity. Yeah! Alright guys, so there you have it. Pretty much a fast rundown of how this pool has been put together. You know, total 8 feet by 3.5 feet, so we're talking about 28 square feet. not massive, but it still suits the need to enjoy the rest of summer and cool down outside. And because it's smaller and lighter, in winter time I could flip it over, put a tarp over it and protect it, and it'll be perfectly fine for the next year. But yeah, there you go. It's all done, ready to be used, and I hope you guys try this craft out. If you have any questions, shoot it at me. I'm more than happy to give you any information I can give you. And again, just like any craft I do not narrow your imagination. You don't have to follow what I do word for word. You will find a better way of making this with better materials, better coating materials, better wood, better anything. Go ahead and do it. All my crafts are meant to do is to implant the idea into your mind. Once that idea is planted, it's up to you to go crazy with your imagination and make it even better. And I love hearing from my viewers when they tell me that they took my idea and even added more to it to make it even better than the original design I did. That's music to my ears. So I'm the Homemade Game Guru. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking by and watching whatever creative madness ideas that I come out with. I'm always gonna have more ideas, more ridiculous things that you've never seen before, even on YouTube. That's how unique of a crafting channel I have. I hope that you guys support the advertisers that are putting their little ads beside my video. I can't tell you to click them, but that's how we make our money on this thing. So if you see something that you like, hey, give it a shot. It doesn't really cost you anything. And when you have the time, also check out my other videos, as I have a whole bunch of other insane ideas to share. You guys take care, stay cool, enjoy your summer.